Well, as Canadians, we tend to be a little humble and apologetic by nature, but trends in the Canadian wine industry show us that we should be standing proud about what we are accomplishing here at home. Here to tell us a little more about that is winemaker Len Crispino. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you very much for inviting me.
So no more apologizing unless you're reading that wine label.
No more apologizing. We have come a long way in the industry.
Yes.
From those early days of Baby Duck and Concord grapes. We're way beyond that now. We compete with the very best in the world and actually win.
And of course, we have a very famous wine area here in Ontario. That's where you're from.
The whole Niagara area.
Yes.
We're from the Vineland area, off exit 57 off the QW.
So you have a wine, it's a new one, and it has a very Canadian name to it.
Yeah, we've been working on this for about a year and a half, and we've been reflecting on the concept that Canadians often have about themselves. It's not just about wine, but it's about the fact that we as Canadians sometimes feel we have to be validated outside of our own country to feel good about what we do. So it doesn't matter if it's another Canadian that says it, but if it's somebody outside of our country, then it has to be good. So we wanted to kind of use this new wine, which we've affectionately called Apologetic Red.
Right. Love it.
And we wanted to use it as an analogy, as a metaphor for everything Canadian and our thoughts about Canadians, that, you know, we have come a long way, and maybe it's time to move from kind of that notion of sorry, we're constantly saying sorry, to maybe not sorry. There's so much excellence in this country, whether it's wine, whether it's the arts, whether it's our writers, whether it's people that are inspirational. Just last week we had the 35th anniversary of a young Canadian who dug very deep into his soul to basically inspire a nation and inspire the world. His name was Terry Fox. Now, he was an extraordinary individual, but the point is that there are many people within our own country that can be very inspirational to the rest of the world.
You also have a white here and a rosé. Those must be very popular in the summertime.
They're all very popular. We are the pioneers of a style of wine referred to as Amarone or Appassimento. It's a Canadian interpretation of an Italian style of winemaking, where we bring in the grapes, rather than pressing them immediately, we dry them, air dried.
Oh, interesting.
For a period of anywhere between 2 and 6 months. So it gives the wine a lot more body and flavor and depth and structure.
For entertaining purposes this summer, do you suggest having all kinds of wine chilled? I know normally you wouldn't drink the red chilled.
Well,
what do you suggest?
The red you wouldn't normally chill, but there are some, for example, we have a Chardonnay here, which we tend to serve room temperature. And the reason we do that is that it's a fairly big, bold Chardonnay. And sometimes we tend to over-chill our wines to the point where we kind of hide the actual flavors behind the wine.
Oh, interesting.
Now, the two other wines here are Rosé and something else called Enchanted. They both should be chilled, but I think in a measured kind of way. We want to be able to capture the flavors, the nuances that come from either the aging process, the way we make the wine, and the varietal.
And of course, you can't go wrong pairing it with bread and cheese and all that goodness.
And you can't go wrong, but we should, at least, I know it's early.
Yes, we will cheers. Let's cheers to summer.
But at least you should nose the wine for its fragrance.
Yes,
This is the Apologetic Red.
All right, I'm just going to give it a little smell here. Smells very nice. Cheers to you.
Cheers.
Thank you. And if you want to find out more about this, you can visit our website, kitchener.ctvnews.ca. Thank you so much, Len.